So what's going on, everyone? Today I'm heading up to Temple Bar, Arizona. You can see I'm just heading out of Kingman here. Gonna be going by Golden Valley, and just wanted to show a little bit. If you've been watching my other videos on the I-11 progress, that's going to go from Phoenix, Arizona to Las Vegas, Nevada. This is part of the route. This is currently Highway 93, and I'm heading northbound towards Las Vegas. And you can see there's a lot of new paving. If you've been watching my other videos, there has been some pretty rough paving here, and you can see they're actually doing quite a bit of work. So just wanted to show this as I get the video going here. Definitely not going to show the entire route, as that would make for a pretty long video, but just wanted to show some of this. The Highway 93 northbound, they're definitely working on it and making it a lot better. You've seen it in my other videos. It wasn't too good before, and I think they're definitely working on the southbound side as well. So just wanted to show a little bit of this as I'm heading up to Temple Bar in the lake levels of Lake Mead. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So you can see they are even doing just the right lane here. This is about 10 minutes north of Kingman, and this was the worst part of the road. So they are doing a lot of work, even if it's just this right lane, which was badly needed. Let's get up to Temple Bar. Alright, so we are almost up to the turnoff for Temple Bar here, so just gonna kind of show you this. We're, I don't know, half hour south of Henderson as I hit the turnoff here. Temperature gauge says it's 110 degrees right now. You just saw the sign said 22 miles. But yes, 110 degrees. So it's a pretty hot day today, and that's part of why I'm coming up here. Let's see what we can see for levels of Lake Mead. I'll spare you the slow drive, as I still have a long way to go. So it looks like there's an old pay booth here to get into the park. Definitely all closed up. Funny, it looks like it could be out of a movie. Just closed up location, like nothing's going on up ahead. So just have to go check it out. Still got quite a long way to go, so let's see if we can get there sometime today. I'm gonna pull over here real quick and check this out. I think it tells about it. So you can see this little black here. Kind of tells you about it. We're actually getting pretty close to being there, obviously. This tells about Daniel Bonelli, who was one of the early settlers of the area. He's the one that named the temple. You can see it over there. He thought it looked like a temple over there, so that's where it got its name, Temple Bar. There's the butte over there. There's the lake. We're gonna head over there. I think there's a visitor center right up here. I'm gonna try and stop in there on the way. Alright. Think we are almost there. I think right up ahead here there's a visitor center, like I was saying, so gonna get up here, stop in there real quick, and then we'll head on down to the lake and check things out. Yeah, here it is right here. Let's go check this out real quick. Alright, to my surprise, the visitor center is actually open. See, they even got the flag up, so that's pretty cool. Not too many people out here, but the national park does have the visitor center open here. See, they got these little tiny plaques telling about all the different kinds of cactus that are here. So that's pretty cool. Let's go check out inside. These are pretty cool. Look at what they got up on the wall in here. Kind of tells all about it. guess these have been here since like the 1960s, so these are pretty old. It's pretty cool. See this one over here. A lot of old pictures. Kind of shows history of it. This is pretty cool. They got this up on the wall in here. Let's go check out the lake. Alright, so we're heading down to the lake. You can see here's the main part of Temple Bar. Got some cabins on the right. There's a store down on the left here. There's even a motel here. And it's all open. To my surprise, I'm actually surprised it's all open. But we're going to head on down to the lake here, and I'm going to head over to the original boat launch. They closed that in July of 2021, so let's go down here. They say it's about 3/4 of a mile now from the original buildings up here. So you can see the new boat launch. It looks like it's down on the right now, but here is the original boat launch, this concrete pad that goes way down there. I know right here too, they used to have some water level signs, like back from 2000. There was a sign up here somewhere. That's what I was hoping to see. They used to have water level signs. They probably took them away because they just don't want people seeing how low the water's gotten. But I know there were signs that used to be here that showed what the old water level was. I mean, you can see they've just kept extending this. The National Park Service kept extending this concrete boat launch till they just couldn't extend it anymore, basically. But this thing kept getting extended and extended. Like I was saying, it's about 3/4 of a mile now from the original buildings up there down to the water now. And they had to close this in July of 2021. So I know I was down here. I've actually seen this marina be open, or this boat launch. So eventually they couldn't keep extending it. The topography just got to where they couldn't extend it. The water's so low that they had to finally close this original boat launch down. Let's jump out and check it out. So you can see this used to all be underwater. When you look towards the lake at spots, you can kind of see what they call the bathtub ring now. I thought I might see that here. I don't really see it. You might be able to see it a little bit, but let's get a little closer over here. So you can see this is just all closed down. They had to close this again in July of 2021 when the water level got to right around 1,070 feet. And I know currently it's at 1,040, so it's dropped 30 feet since they closed this. Let's get a little closer down here. So the lake, or the reservoir, as they call it, it is a reservoir because of the Hoover Dam. It's actually fallen to a new historic low. The previous low point was in July of 2022, I think. And this is the first time it's ever been this low since it was filled in 1937. It's kind of crazy. See, look at, there's the old original dock for the boats. The new boat launch is over to the right there, but you can see how far the water is away here. And there's the original. Goes way up there. Like I said, it's almost 3/4 of a mile. I'm gonna head over to the new boat launch now. Check that out. So you can see, you can't park beyond this point, so I'm gonna walk on down here. But all this used to be underwater, probably even just 5 years ago, because that's when the old boat launch over there closed in 2021. So all this was probably just underwater just even 5 years ago. In fact, if the lake drops another 5 feet, the Hoover Dam is going to have to actually shut down turbines, like permanently. I mean, if the water levels go up, then they could start them back up, but if the lake even drops another 5 feet, then Hoover Dam has to shut down turbines to pump water or electricity. So it's pretty far down here now. It's at about 3/4 of a mile up to the buildings up there, roughly. You see the marina out there. This is a launch at your own risk boat launch now. Let's go down here and check it out. See the docks over there. I mean, they have to keep moving those. See the sign up here. We got the cones. This is a temporary, like, mobile mat up here. Danger. Yeah, this is what the boat launch has turned into, from that big concrete boat launch to this temporary mobile mat that they can move. Boaters have to be careful now, like new underwater sandbars and rocks and shallow places that were never there before. So you see there's a stranded boat. They told me the owner's taking care of it, so that's not going to sit there forever. But here's what Lake Mead looks like now. It's pretty low. Lowest levels of all time since it was filled in 1937. All right, so back in the truck here, just heading out. Gonna check out, there's a campground up here. Yeah. Gonna go check that out. But you can see just how far away the water is now. This used to all be underwater right here. So I'll drive over here real quick. See, here's the store. It's actually open 8 to 5. I think they said Monday through Friday. Not sure about on the weekends. Can't remember if they said it was open on the weekends. It might be. And then there's a hotel here. Show that real quick. There's a little hotel. It's open as well. So Temple Bar is open. You come down here. They've got these little cabins over here. They call them cabins. Some mobile homes. I think there's some actual cabins and whatnot, but some of those are like Airbnb stuff. So you can come down and Temple Bar is open. Gonna go check out the campground up here. Alright, turn in here and go check out the campground. So, the campground is open. Obviously looks pretty empty. Being 110 degrees, not a lot of people are camping. You can pay right there if you haven't registered online or visitor center not open. You can come in here and camp. They did tell me there is no hookups or anything like that. So there's no electric, no water or anything like that. So everything has to be self-contained. But they were also telling me that this is one of like the only, if not the only, places that has shade, you know, along the lake for camping. So I think I got that right. Something to that effect, but very few places have shade. They got some toilets there was, and I mean, it doesn't look too bad really for desert camping along the lake. Definitely see there would be some good shade in the mornings and the afternoons, which is when you really want it the most. But definitely pretty empty now, kind of off season. There was definitely people down at the lake there. This is more boating weather than camping weather, but there's campgrounds here, and I got another area I'm gonna go check out here. Kind of a private area. I mean, it's public access, but kind of a private area, so I'm gonna go check that out. So there's a little private area back here. A lot of people don't know about it. Not really going anywhere I'm not supposed to. This is a private road, but there's some private residences back here. And if any of you remember, you'd have to be older, but Lee Majors, who was the $6 million man as well as the Fall Guy, his family still has a place back here, I guess, but these are some places that it's federally owned land, and so nobody can build back here anymore, but there's some houses that are grandfathered in back here. I know when I was an appraiser, actually, as the houses get torn down, nobody's allowed to build back here anymore. So these are just some private residences. It looks like there's maybe four houses now. That's about all that's back here. But this used to be all houses and private. And now if the house gets torn down, nobody can build back here anymore. So just kind of a little private area. Again, I think Lee Majors' family still has a place back here somewhere. But I want to say, if you're enjoying my videos, please give me a like and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Thank you to all my current subscribers. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's not a whole lot to see. I mean, you get down to the lake, and I mean, there's the old boat launch that's now closed 5 years ago, and the new temporary boat launch that they keep moving. So, but Temple Bar is open and has a store, and there's even a motel, some Airbnb spots, some cabins. But it's definitely a drive in here, but it's definitely off the beaten path and kind of a nice area. I always kind of liked it, but definitely the water levels are definitely low. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the trip out to Temple Bar, Arizona, just south of Hoover Dam, Lake Mead area. Checking out the water levels. So definitely low, all-time lows ever since it was filled in 1937. That's crazy. Almost 90 years. It's never been this low. So pretty serious if you ask me. A lot of people say we got plenty of water. I'm not sure I feel the same way, but it is the desert, and not all the water comes from Lake Mead, but coming out here and seeing it for myself, Lake Mead is definitely low, all-time lows. And that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.